first thing we'll do is our tell me question. So could you tell me where you'd find the recommended tyre pressure for this car, and then how you would check that?
So you basically check that with a machine thing that helps check the tyre pressures.
Okay, and how would you find the information first about what the tyre pressure is for your car?
It could be in handbook, or it could be in the thing down there.
Okay, that's good. Okay, would you like me to explain a little bit about the test before we set off?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we're going to go for a drive lasting about 35-40 minutes, depending on traffic. I'd like to follow the road ahead at all times, unless road markings or road signs tell you to do otherwise. And obviously, if I want you to turn left or right, I'll let you know in plenty of time. If any point you're not sure where we're heading, just ask me and I can repeat the instruction. Okay.
Okay.
During the test, we're also going to do one of the reversing manoeuvres, potentially emergency stop, and also the independent drive, all of which will just stop on the left for us to explain. Okay. And we'll also pull over on the left on a few occasions, which is just part of the test. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Any questions?
No thanks.
Okay. Drive on when you're ready. I'm just going to drive out the car park and turn right. So this is an overall a good drive from Finlay. There are a few serious faults causing a fail later on in the test. But however, he does show a good competent level of driving. Just got a few ironing out issues, maybe a bit more planning, which you'll see as we go along. Feel free to like and share and comment any issues that you may have on your driving tests in the box below. Okay, so the roundabout will turn right. Sorry, the traffic lights will turn right. Okay, the roundabout, we're going to be following the road ahead, second exit towards Milber. So here we've selected the incorrect lane for Milber, but as Finlay correctly checks his mirrors and moves across, there's no fault. So Finlay could have been planning slightly better here, using the signpost to show him which lane Milber was. But again, it was a safe mirror check and move across. Potentially would have been more of a fault if there had been more cars around in that lane near us. Turning right at the traffic lights.
find somewhere to pull over on the left. Okay, thanks. Just drive on when you're ready.
So Finlay here moves away with a left indicator on. Now this can sometimes be marked as a serious fault and therefore a fail. However, in this situation there was no cars around, so it didn't affect anyone, so just a driver fault on this occasion. What I normally suggest is when you pull over that you select neutral and then cancel the indicator, apply the handbrake as well, so that you're starting from a neutral position. If you leave that left indicator on, there's a chance you might forget to cancel it.
Okay, so we're actually going to put over on the left, but this time can we get about a car length away from that car? So that'll probably mean going slightly on the driveway, okay? So if we just keep rolling forward into about a car length, so don't worry about the driveway for the moment, keep rolling forward for me. Okay, that's fine, thank you. Okay, again, just drive on when you're ready. Okay, and again, I'll just ask you to pull over on the left. Okay, I'm going to pop the sat nav on a minute. Okay, so we're just going to follow the sat nav for the next 20 minutes or so. Drive on when you're ready.
You will arrive at your destination at 10:35 a.m. After 300 yards, bear left, then bear left. Bear left, then bear left. Bear left.
So we're going up a steep hill here, so we need to give the car a little bit more welly before changing gear, and also once we've changed gear we need to get back on that gas so we don't lose too much speed during the gear change. So when we're driving down rural roads, your speeds are going to fluctuate. Finlay down this road tends to sort of stay at a similar speed the whole road, so I'd be looking for us to make a little bit more progress along this section of the road, where there's enough room for 2 cars to pass. We've got good visibility ahead of us, so we should be looking to sort of make progress. As we approach bends, we need to slow down, or browser hills, we need to slow down, and certainly if the road narrows at any point, we're going to drop our speed, but you should be trying to make progress where you can and then slowing down when we need to. So here Finlay drops his speed a little bit too late, and actually as we get to the car we're still at quite a speed, and you'll notice that the speed then drops dramatically after the event. We needed to kind of get to that speed before we met the car, so we were passing a little bit more comfortable. No fault here because we actually did pass okay, but it would have felt more comfortable at a lower speed earlier.
also asked you to find a safe place to pull over on the right-hand side.
So here we asked Finlay to pull over on the right. After speaking to him after the test, he said that he wasn't comfortable doing that, didn't feel like it was safe, felt like it was maybe too much of a busy road. But what we did need to do is, it was safe, it's a residential road,
So we're just going to leave that there and
albeit a
carry
little
on,
bit
okay?
busier than maybe some of the roads you'll be asked to do on pull over on the right. But yeah, we
Carry on
could have
with
safely pulled
okay.
over on the right
Okay.
on that road. There were cars coming towards us, so in that situation
After
what you
200
need
yards,
to do
cross the
is
roundabout and take
just
the
come to a
second
stop, as
exit,
if you were
then
turning into a
turn right.
driveway, or if you were turning into a right road, you can pop your right indicator on to let the cars behind you know you're stopping. Come to a stop, wait until the oncoming
Cross
traffic
the roundabout
goes, and then
take
make your
the
way over
second
onto that
exit,
right hand
then
side.
turn right. After 200 yards, turn right. Turn right. After 200 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit. After 200 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit. After 100 yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, then turn right. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit, then turn right. 100 yards, turn right, A3022, then turn right. Turn right, A3022, then turn right. After 800 yards, turn right, A380.
So no need here to change across into the right hand lane. I do understand it because the sat nav's telling you to turn right, and even the road markings say Newton Abbot is the right hand lane. However, local knowledge lets you know that you can go around in that left lane, and then he would be in this centre lane here that Finlay chains back into already. So yeah, if you're doing your test in Newton Abbot and you come across that section of road, you can use that left lane to go around the corner, which then will put you in the middle lane here. And it means you're not in the overtaking lane going on to the dual carriageway. However, if there is any slow moving vehicles in that left lane, then feel free to
right, A380.
stay in the right hand lane for your overtake. So this is Finlay's first serious fault coming up, and this is the moment where that test would move over to becoming a fail. So we need to notice here that we have 2 amber lights that we go past. So as we go through the green light, they change to amber. So now we should be anticipating that the next set of green lights we can see in the distance are going to change. So we should already be dropping our speed and preparing to stop. Now the other thing I noticed here, so we ended up stopping over the line. Potentially Finlay was maybe a bit worried about the van behind us, who was relatively close, but it did take us quite a while to stop, so we probably could have stopped a little bit quicker and therefore stopped behind the line, particularly if we're anticipating it. So we're going to watch it in full speed here, and you can see those. So there's the amber light changing. That was setting my alarm bells off for these lights, but we made it through these lights. Definitely now worried about these next lights, and then actually there's quite a long time before Finlay starts to brake, and that's why we probably end up over the line there. So we just needed that little bit of a quicker reaction, which I'm sure if Finlay was thinking about those amber lights previously, he would have reacted that little bit quicker. So this is our second serious fault, which is actually our following distance to that van in front, and we are within that 2-second gap, and we actually stay within that 2-second gap for quite a while. It's a little bit hard to tell on the video, and it actually is a lot closer than it feels on the video. But yeah, we need to make sure that we're keeping within that 2 seconds. So the van pulled in front of us, we just needed to drop back.
After 3/4 of a mile, take the exit. After 800 yards, take the exit. Take the exit. After 400 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit. Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Safe to do so. Could you show me how to switch on your lights and turn them back off again?
After 300 yards, you have reached your destination. It is on your right.
Oh, thank you. Once we reach the destination, I'll just carry on and I'll give you instructions as normal, okay?
Yeah, sure.
You have reached your destination. It is on your right.
Get the roundabout, we're going to turn right, taking the second exit.
So this is our next serious fault coming up here, and we have to give way to oncoming traffic as per the signpost there. So Finlay should have been a lot slower here so that you could then see that van that you can see through the tunnel now. But travelling at speed, he didn't have time to react. So I also spoke to Finlay as well after this, and he said he was trying to go to the left to get out of the way. This is actually quite a common response to seeing cars coming towards you. Learners tend to try and steer out of the way. Your response in that situation should be to stop so that you're not continuing forward into the narrow situation. So the quicker you brake and stop the car going towards that narrow bit, the easier life is going to be.
Turn right to the roundabout. Turn left into the car park. Okay, so we're going to finish off with our reversing manoeuvre. So I'd like to reverse into one of the spaces, okay?
So this is our final serious fault. A little bit of a shame on this one because actually Finlay did a really good Bay Park here, and we finished nicely in the lines. It was a really competent bit of reversing, but he just didn't look out of his back window at all really, so we had to give a serious fault there for observations. I do wonder as well whether I'd had just dual controlled Finlay a little bit earlier, so I'm wondering if that's still on his mind and maybe he just wants to get the test over and done with at this point. But a good part, just need to be looking around more.